Hi everyone, I hope we're all having an amazing day or night wherever you are. I had this idea to share an eyeshadow look that I've been doing a lot recently, and it's perfect for prom, and so I thought why not make a video on it because it's so easy, it's perfect for beginners, and it's also beautiful. It's dramatic, but it's incredibly easy to do, and so I was pretty surprised actually when I created the eyeshadow look because it just turned out so well and looked so good. I actually also did this on my prom makeup episode for Pinterest TV, and it was a huge hit. Everyone loved the eyeshadow look, and so I thought why not introduce it to YouTube. So let's get started. I actually have a little bit of eyeshadow on right now, but it's not going to affect the look, and I tried to wipe what I could off, and so I'm just going to start. The brush that I'm going to use is the Do Care eyeshadow brush. It's number 124, and it just looks like that, and I love to use this for picking up matte eyeshadow. Really the most important part of an eyeshadow look is the eyeshadow palette, and so I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Cosmetics Rose Water Bite-Size Eyeshadow Palette. This is so stunning, and I believe they're like $3. And it's like so good, like look at that. And you can definitely tell that I've used it, but it's just such good quality. What I'm gonna do, just to kind of make it matte, because as you can see there's still a little bit of shimmer on my eyes, I'm just gonna go in with the first shade. So this is a great kind of base shade, so you're just gonna go into that matte shade right there. And then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna literally sweep it over your eyes. There is no specific way to do this, but you see how that kind of just gave me a really clean base compared to this other side. So this is really nice, and I love to use this shade as a base. It's also like literally the only matte shade on this palette, and so very easy to use. And then you basically just like want to work it back and forth until you find that it looks pretty even on both sides. I think I can go a little bit more over here. So now that we have like a pretty matte base to work with, I'm going to start with the shimmer. So the shimmers are so beautiful, and I'll swatch them here too for you. But we're going to first go in with this first shimmer. It's gold shimmery eyeshadow. It's right here, and I'm just going to swatch it for you as well. And honestly, when I work with the palette like this, I recommend using your fingers to pick up the shimmers, because I find that when I try to use a brush, it doesn't work the same and it doesn't look as good. So we're gonna go right here. You see that? Oh my gosh, see? Look at how beautiful it is. It's kind of like almost champagne-y too, so it's really pretty. I feel like this cardigan is giving me like a grandma look, but it's so cold. And so I'm just gonna keep it on. I'll take off the cardigan for like the big reveal at the end for the eyeshadow look. Okay, what you wanna do is grab your pointer finger, and you basically just wanna pick up some of the eyeshadow, like about that much I'd say, and you wanna only apply this on the beginning part of your eye. So what I mean by that is only apply it right here. I'm gonna do this with you. Literally do not apply it, don't even bring it to the middle, just right there on the beginning of the eye, because this is a gradient look. And we're gonna go on this side too, and look at how pigmented that is. Like there's no, like look at that, isn't that crazy? Okay, and I would say that is all you really need, and we're gonna tie it together as well, so don't be scared, like it's gonna be very easy to do. We're gonna focus on the ends now because we've kind of set the beginning of the eye, so we know where it's gonna be connecting back to. I was scared actually when I first used this shade because it was very pigmented, and I wasn't someone who really liked dark eyeshadows, but now I love them, and it's because of this palette. So what you want to do is grab a brush like this. Now the brush you use is super important. This is the Do Care eyeshadow brush number 127 if you're wondering, and I find this is perfect for picking up those matte eyeshadows. And I'm going to actually show a way that's gonna it's basically like gonna allow you to have no fallout, which is really nice. So just literally do one swipe. That's all I recommend. I don't want it to be too dark and too dramatic. So what you want to do is, so to get rid of the fallout, I always recommend going like that, just like in a straight line across your hand, and you can literally see the fallout coming out. It's so good. So now what you want to do, if you hear background noise, that's my cat. I'm so sorry about that. And do not bring it anywhere else. Just put it like kind of like, okay, bring it right here. And just move it back and forth right there. You're not gonna bring it down the entire eye, because if you do this, you're gonna find that it just looks really weird. And professionals can do that, but since this is all about makeup beginners, this channel, I don't wanna do something too difficult. So literally all you're doing, and it's gonna look a little bit funny actually, you're just gonna bring it back and forth like that. But literally it looks so beautiful. So continue to bring it back and forth, and you can see it's like low-key giving me already like a smoky eye. And you can always get more, but I was just kind of using a little bit just to kind of demonstrate. Pick up a little bit more, sweep it on the back of your hand once. Oh my gosh, my cat is trying to climb my curtain. Okay, and then what you want to do, bring it a little bit below now. So you did the top, and now you just want to bring it back and forth on the bottom. Nothing too difficult. Again, don't bring it to the middle. You want to keep it right at the end of your eye. That's super important so that it doesn't get messy and it doesn't look weird. Keep it right here at the end of your eye. And you can literally already see the gradient effect like being created. It's very cool. Okay, literally, that's all you're gonna do. It's so easy. Now we're not done with the eyeshadow look, obviously, but we're gonna move on to the other side now. Sweep it once and sweep it twice for the top part. And then you're gonna do that same thing. Just gonna bring it back and forth on the top. So I'm gonna talk to you while I do this. So I basically did this eyeshadow look for a birthday party that I had to go to, and it was a black tie event, and it ended up looking so good. You know, I left at midnight. I think I left at midnight, and I got there at 5 p.m. And so I was very impressed with the quality of this eyeshadow palette. I honestly was not expecting it to look so good and last so long. Oh my gosh, my cats are being annoying. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, we got the top part. Now you can see it's definitely not as much, but we're gonna swipe once. Okay, now we're gonna bring it on the bottom, like the bottom part. Again, just bring it back and forth right there, like in the end of your eye, I would say. And it's gonna look so beautiful. I don't know what that was, if I'm being honest with you. What fell? What even is there? Oh, I had this ring light, and it basically broke because my cat in the middle of the night, I don't know what he did, but he broke like the connector for it, like that held the phone. And so I put the stand of it behind my desk, and that just fell. That's what that was. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, so now we have that like beautiful like smoky look at the end, like at the end of both eyes. Now what you want to do, I think I can bring this a little bit more in actually. So you see how this is like a literal gradient effect, like almost an effect happening. We're gonna connect it. So we're gonna connect it by using this beautiful, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's like this dark pink purple shade. And I'm gonna swatch it for you here too. That's what it looks like. And then we're gonna go right here, right behind. Look at how pretty. It's like literally so impressive for an eyeshadow palette that is probably, I believe, again, under $5. So good. So for this part, you're gonna get your pinky because you don't want to use like your pointer finger because it might be too big and it might mess up the gradient look that you're trying to go for. So get your pinky and pick up the eyeshadow, like kind of on the entire part of your pinky. And you basically just want to apply it right there in the beginning. Whoa. Yeah, there you go. You want to put it right there in the beginning, and it's so pretty. Yeah, look at that. See? And this way you're not getting any brushes involved, and it's just such a beautiful, like easy gradient. It's not too harsh. You know, you don't want something that's going to look too harsh. So you're going to go on this side, and you're just going to literally use your pinky and kind of just add it in wherever it's missing in the middle. But again, don't bring it too in because then it's gonna get rid of that really pretty like pink. Look at that. It's like so beautiful. It's just been like my obsession recently doing this eyeshadow look. I almost wanted to go to school with this eyeshadow look, but I was like, it's too bold, so I didn't. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna curl your lashes, you're gonna apply mascara, or you're gonna apply your falsies. Now, when you do this, if you're curling your lashes, it's important to remember to keep the eyelash curler away. Like kind of don't go all the way at the root of your eye because it's gonna, I found that it actually completely messes up the gradient look that you have here. So make sure that you're kind of keeping a little bit of distance between the eyelash curler and your eye for best results. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add a little bit more mascara because it's been about 12 hours since I applied my makeup, and so I just kind of want to add a little bit of like a pop here for the end result. Oh my goodness, so I'm using the Alex Earl light right now actually for my lighting, and it's so amazing. You know, 2.5 years of me being a beauty blogger, I couldn't figure out how you get the shimmer in the camera because when I used the phone flashlight, it looked so bad. And so I'm so happy now that I know how to do this because my camera quality is just like 10 times better now that I have like invested in this. Is that a, what is that? Okay, it's like 10 times better now, my quality. So it's totally worth like literally the $40 that it is or something like that. It's totally worth it. I'm gonna add a little bit on the bottom lashes. I never apply mascara on my bottom lashes, but I think I might today. Okay, now we're gonna take this off. Time for the big reveal. This is like it's like very spring, this shirt. It's pretty, but it's like also very bright. Not done yet. Now we're gonna tie it together. I also took off the cardigan because I wanted to like kind of add just a little bit of, I don't know, a little pop right now to the video. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab, and don't add any more eyeshadow to it. Just grab the same dark eyeshadow brush that you used. My cat is here, you might see him. And you're basically just gonna bring it right there, and don't add any more eyeshadow, but apply right there, just along there. And look at that, it just kind of opens up your eye and adds a little bit of a pop, and it's really pretty. And I'm gonna add a little bit more because I didn't apply too much, but just make sure you're keeping it light when you do this. Beautiful. Okay, and also if you do decide to wear this eyeshadow look for prom, practice before, a few nights before. You don't want to do this the first night, like on the night of prom. Like make sure you practice so that you know how to adjust it to what looks best for you. Oh my gosh, it's like a smoky eye. Kind of like bring it to a little bit after the middle of your eye. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with, we're gonna do a gradient now with the shimmers. So just grab your pinky and go in with that first shimmery shade, and you're gonna apply it. You're gonna apply it right there. Beautiful. Okay, now with your ring finger here, you're gonna apply a little bit right there to kind of like connect the two. Boom. Yeah, it's such a slight gradient, but it's so beautiful like up close, and it just looks so good. Yeah, I'm really confident in my eyeshadow skills. Last year I was so bad at eyeshadow, I just didn't want to admit it. I'm very proud of myself that I like taught myself and learned. Okay, we're gonna go on this side now, and just literally just use your pinky. You don't need to do too much. Yeah, get your ring finger and then go in with that darker pink. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now what I'm noticing actually when I'm looking at this side, I'm gonna add a little bit of eyeshadow right here. I don't know why, but that's, if you want to add a little bit of a pop because you kind of just think it's a little too natural for you, add a black waterline. You can get a cudgel pencil, or you can just use a normal eye pencil, a black eye pencil, and you can just go along your waterline with that. And it will kind of make your eyes appear smaller, so that's not the best for when, you know, you want a lot of photos. Your eyes, I've always found that cudgel makes my eyes appear smaller, but it also just looks really good, and it gives you like a very bold, beautiful, striking look, and all the attention will definitely go to your eyes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you love this eyeshadow look. I'll also link my blog post down below if you want to learn a little bit more about this eyeshadow look. And always remember to do the eyeshadow look and the whole makeup look before prom night, just so that you're not, you know, rushing and improvising and then it ends up looking not as good as it can look. Be sure to subscribe to the Beginner's Guide to Makeup to learn all about makeup for beginners. Have a great night, everyone. Bye, and have a great prom too.